good day, everybody. And once again, we're back together, right? We are looking at question 10.3. So please, if you haven't subscribed, just make sure that you're part of this family, all right? And this is from the May-June Technical Maths Paper 2 exam, right? Let's get right into that. So they say to us, the picture and the diagram below shows the circular top of a can with center O. Okay, so there's our center over there. We can see it. Okay, and they are giving us, in this case, that OB, the radius OB is 26 millimeters. They say AB is a chord, right? So there's AB, which is a chord there. Okay, so they said AB is a chord. I'm trying to just get my pen to work. Right, so that's AB over there. Okay, and they say MC, or rather, and the height MC of the smallest segment, of the smaller segment, is 20 millimeters. Right, of course, if it has to be a height over there, then it means that that angle must actually be 90 degrees. So what that also means is that we can just extend this a bit, okay, and make that 90 degrees. So OM, right, I'm extending that, so that means that's also a radius. Okay, right, now I want you guys to please note this. They say to us, determine the length of chord AB. So we're looking for the length of the chord. Now, how can we do that? Well, already what I have going for me here is that I've got the radius of the circle, right? Now, in this case, I can also find out the length of OM, and in this case, that is because OC is also a radius, okay? So which means, in this case, I can subtract the length of CM from OC to get OM, and so that means that will be 26 minus 20, and that would be 6 millimeters, right? And from that, do you agree with me that we can actually find out the length of MB using the theorem of Pythagoras? And of course, we know that if it is to be a line that is drawn from the center that is perpendicular to the chord, it must bisect the chord, so meaning that AB should be twice that should be twice MB, right? I'd like for you to try it out and make sure that you do it on your own, and then let's see if we end up with the same answer. All right, now I said firstly that OM plus MC is equal to OB. Okay, and why is that? Because they are radii. Okay, so that means that they are 26 millimeters. So we know that OMC rather is 20. So that means that OM would be 6 millimeters. So there we go. Right, but now we know in this case that OM is perpendicular to AB, right? So OM is perpendicular to AB, and this is from our theorem in this case, or rather, let's not mention the theorem just yet. So therefore, it means that AM should be equal to MB. So therefore, AM equal to MB, and this is because the line from center, okay, is perpendicular to a chord. All right, now please note, if it's perpendicular to a chord, we know that it bisects that chord, right? So now what we're going to do is say, well, we know that the line or the length, so in triangle OMB, so in triangle OMB, that's OMB, we're going to use the theorem of Pythagoras, right? That OM squared plus MB squared, right? that should be equal to the radius that we have, that was OB squared, which we found to which we were given, by the way, to be equal to 26. So we're looking for the length of MB, so this is going to be 6 squared plus MB. This is equal to, okay, so this is equal to 20, this was 26, isn't it? Yeah, so that's 26 squared. Right, so let's work it out quickly. So this would be, okay, let's go for it. It's going to be 26, not 36, 26 squared minus the 6 squared. And there we go, we've got 640, but we can take the square root of that. Right, and I get MB to be equal to, so remember we take the square root of that, so that's going to be MB is equal to 25.3, let's say 25.3, okay, and that's millimeters. But remember, we were looking for the chord AB. So we know that because it is perpendicular, it bisects, so it means that AB is bisected right by what was that line? OM. Okay, we've already mentioned the theorem, so therefore AB will be equals to 2 times 25.3, and in this case that would be 50.6 millimeters. And that is how the cookie crumbles, ladies and gents. Right, these questions just require just a little bit of creativity here and there, okay, but that is how we would have answered this question. I hope that that was clear. All right, and we are going to be looking at the next question in the next video. For now, I'll see you guys next time. Sharp, sharp.